and welcome to our British food culture webinar all about meal times. My name is Emily and it's really going to be a great day today learning all about different meal times in and around the UK. And my co-host here today is Shirley.
Hello everyone.
And we're going to have lots of fun today with some awesome questions and some fun information. So in this lesson or in this webinar, you will learn the names of meal times in some areas of the UK, explore eating and working habits in the UK, explore some fun facts about meal times and breakfasts in Spain and Norway, and compare these countries with the UK and your country. And of course, test your understanding in a range of activities. Okay, so let's get started. In the UK, people eat 3 main meals per day. In the morning, at noon, which is 12 p.m, and in the evening. These meals are called breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay. So, however, the names for these 3 meals are not the same in all areas of the UK. For example, in the northwest of England, it is common to call these meals breakfast, dinner, and tea. And that is actually true. I've heard more people call it tea time than dinner time. Absolutely. And I personally call it breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but some people call it supper. We hear that quite often. What do you call it, Shirley?
Supper. Definitely
Yeah.
supper.
Absolutely. Okay.
All right, so without first finish the sentence activity. So in the northwest of England, it is common to say breakfast and to describe meals. Any guesses?
Okay, so let's have a look in our questions, in our chat. Answers.
Okay, so it's common to say breakfast, dinner, and tea to describe meals. And those meals look so delicious.
Absolutely. What is your favorite meal of the day, Shirley?
It's number 2. That looks like
Absolutely. And we learned about subs in our previous webinar. That looks delicious.
Definitely.
I must say that fish and chips also looks really good. Amazing. So breakfast is usually eaten before people go to school or work between 6 and 8 a.m. People can also get breakfast on the way to work. So if you're in a rush, oopsie, forgot my alarm or whatever, you can catch breakfast on the way to work. That's sounds good. Okay, so here we've got some school children going to school or at school, so they would have probably had their breakfast between 6 and 8 a.m. Okay.
So when someone gets food on the way, what does that mean? Do you ever get food on the way to somewhere?
I would say more on the way home. So
Definitely.
rather than going on the way to work and getting something to eat, I would probably get something on the way home that makes my evening a little bit easier. That I don't have
More
to know.
relaxed.
Absolutely.
Definitely, I agree. In fact, usually what we do in my family is if we see it's past 6 p.m. in the evening, we definitely just get something to eat on the way home.
Yeah. Absolutely. There's no way we're going to cook. Unless I've planned something and there's something ready to be cooked, there's probably no way I'm going to think of something and then by the time you get home. As you say, if it's past 6 p.m, it's getting late for a family meal. So on the way means during the journey to somewhere. So for example, during the journey between home and work or school, is not the same as on the go, which is a phrase we will explore later. Okay, so we need to remember that on the way means during the journey. okay, between home and school or your place of work. So let's have a look at countable and uncountable nouns. So cereal is an uncountable noun, but a bowl of cereal is countable. One bowl of cereal. A full English breakfast, I had breakfast, is uncountable, but a full English breakfast is countable. Okay. Porridge, uncountable, but a bowl of porridge is countable. I can count the bowl of porridge. And toast, uncountable, but a piece or slice of toast is countable. So they change in the way you would use them in a sentence to countable or uncountable. That is how you can tell if it's countable or uncountable, is in the way that it's structured in a sentence or used in a sentence. Okay.
All right, now let's do the match the breakfast dish to the countable or uncountable noun. So here we've got 4 pictures and 4 options. A, 2 pieces of toast. B, a bowl of porridge. C, a full English breakfast, my favorite. And D, some cereal. So what is picture 1?
My least favorite.
Definitely, and we've got some great answers. Well
Fantastic.
done. Picture 2. Yes, well done.
Absolutely, well done.
Yes, very common all around the world, picture 3. Good. And picture 4. Looks so delicious.
Yeah.
Good job. Well done.
Perfect.
So here we have it. Picture 1 is a bowl of porridge. Picture 2 is some cereal. Picture 3 is 2 pieces of toast. And picture 4 is definitely that yummy full English breakfast. Well done,
Perfect.
everyone.
Absolutely. What's your favorite?
It's a given, a full English breakfast.
Absolutely. I'm tied between the toast and the breakfast. I do like a nice piece of toast because you can put anything on it and it's quite versatile, but that breakfast does look good. I just wouldn't have the time to make that full English. So let's do a full English on the weekend and a nice gourmet toast in the week.
During the week. It's the same in my family. If we have a full English breakfast, it's actually because it's a special occasion, maybe celebrating a birthday or Father's Day or Mother's Day.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Yeah, during the week we stick to toast or cereal.
Yeah, or cereal. Absolutely.
Okay, here we have another activity, and this is a fill in the gap activity. Practice is good for you. So let's do this activity together. So this morning we ate as a family. My mother had some instead of toast. My brother is so greedy. He ate 4. I wanted something healthy, so I had then got ready for school. Wow, some great answers in the chat. Well done, everyone.
Absolutely. So quickly, well done. Okay, so let's have a look.
This morning we ate breakfast as a family. My mother had some cereal instead of toast. My brother is so greedy. He ate 4 pieces of toast.
Wow.
I wanted something healthy, so I had a bowl of porridge. Then got ready for school.
Good. Well done to all the answers. Fantastic. Really good. That sounds great. Okay, so now let's have a look at eggs for breakfast. Eggs are also very popular in the UK at breakfast time. They can be cooked in different ways and are usually eaten on toast or with toast. So either on or at least with toast in some way. Okay, so here we've got boiled, so that's picture number 1 in the little cup. Is a boiled egg is cooked in hot water with its shell. So you don't crack the shell, it's boiled in hot water with its shell. Poached is an egg cooked in hot water without its shell. Now, my gran used to make the best poached eggs, and she used to whirl the water around so quickly that when she dropped the egg in, it would spin and it would actually come together. It was quite crazy I can't make a poached egg. It ends up a mess, but it is great when you get them right. Then we've got scrambled. Picture 3 is eggs mixed with milk and cooked in a pan until fluffy, my favorite. And fried, egg cooked in a hot oil in a pan. There we've got that. That's with our full English. Okay, Shirley, which one's your favorite? Is it the full English? Fried?
Yes, I was actually going to say I'm stuck between scrambled and fried. The only reason is scrambled I would rather have on a slice of toast.
Yeah.
Fried eggs I need to have with a fresh slice of white or whole wheat bread. Yes. But I definitely prefer a good sunny side up fried egg.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very true. I guess a boiled egg is then maybe my third, because you know you can dip your toast in, but I just don't feel you get in like enough egg with a egg.
Definitely. All right, so here we have a picture. Is this egg poached, boiled, scrambled, or fried? Yes, well done. This is definitely a boiled egg.
Well done.
All right, moving on to another activity. Now we need to match the eggs to their correct name. So we've got 4 pictures again and 4 options. A, scrambled, B, boiled, C, poached, or D, fried. So picture 1. I think it's quite obvious, but yeah. What type of egg is that?
Chat. Well done.
Very good. Picture 2. That does look delicious. Yes, well done. Picture 3. We've just gone over this.
Yeah.
Yes. Well done. And the last one, picture 4.
Right.
Very good. Great. Let's have a look.
Okay.
So 1 is fried. Good fried egg. Number 2 is scrambled. Number 3 is boiled. And number 4 is poached. Well done.
Awesome. Yeah, well done. That was great. So now we've got a poll we would like to ask you. So which egg is your favorite? See if we can vote. Which type of egg, how it's cooked, is your favorite? So we've got answer number 1 would be fried. Answer number 2 would be scrambled. Answer number 3 would be boiled, or 4, poached. So which is your favorite?
Some good answers coming in.
Absolutely. I'm seeing a bit of a mix. Some people like fried. A lot of people like poached, which is fantastic. Different, of course, scrambled. I think it's quite an even mix of who likes which type of egg. Fantastic. Wonderful. Well done. Thank you, everyone, for voting and taking part in our poll. Let's have a look at what else. Oh, what we've got for you is just to remember, now that we've taken part in our poll, we would love to see you subscribe to some of our channels for even more British culture content. So as you can see, we've got YouTube, we've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. IQGlobal is where to go. But let's carry on with more information about lunch. So in the UK, lunch is usually a quick, light, meaning small, meal. Brits eat lunch between 12 and 2 p.m. Is this the same as or different to in your country? That sounds about right to me. Just after 12 is when I have lunch. I would say 2 o'clock is even a little bit late, but 12 definitely. If you've eaten breakfast at around 8, by 12 o'clock, I'm certainly having lunch.
I totally agree with you, Emily. I usually have my lunch around 1 p.m. and that's only because it's the perfect balance between breakfast time and dinner time.
Absolutely, absolutely, definitely. So on average, British people take 22 minutes for their lunch break. So they often eat on the go. Okay, so remember we said we were going to mention the eat on the go phrase. Look at this picture and decide what eat on the go or on the go means. So what do we think it could mean to eat or just on the go?
So from this picture, I can definitely see this man is eating while maybe going for a stroll or walking.
Yes.
So it's eating while going somewhere, I'd say.
Yes, absolutely. Eating whilst maybe going back to work or walking across the road to the park or something, but definitely eating as you go. So the first man is walking and eating at the same time. This is eating on the go. So you are eating on the go whilst you are moving, whilst you are traveling to work or to your lunch break, if you want to have it outside, for example. And British people often eat lunch at their work desks too. Can you guess what this is called? Have a look.
All right, so let's finish the sentence. So British people often eat lunch on the, this means to eat and at the same time. Let's have a look at those answers in the chat. Well done. Yes.
Fantastic.
British people often eat lunch on the go. And this means to eat and walk at the same time.
Absolutely. So there we go, just like in the picture. So it's to eat and walk at the same time. Fantastic.
True or false? This picture shows a man having a lunch, having a working lunch. I think I'd say this is true. It's totally obvious.
Absolutely. Absolutely, definitely true. True. A working lunch is common in the UK. So what does this tell you? Do you think Brits work too hard? Or it's just cold outside? I don't know. I try and make it, I don't want to eat at my desk because I feel sometimes it gets a bit messy and you are blending. I do like to walk away from my desk, have my lunch and come back. But of course, if you're in the middle of something and, you know, maybe you'll take your little break after, if you've had a meeting and you want to make some notes, or a class and you want to make some notes during your lunchtime or lunch break, I can understand eating while you work and maybe taking a quick 10 minutes a bit later on when it's a little bit more quiet.
Emily, just before we continue,
Yes.
I'd like to add to that.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't say that it's working too hard. Sometimes, like for me personally, if I'm doing a task that I need or want to get done at a certain time, but I'm starving,
Yeah,
I just bring
true.
a small snack or light meal to my desk and eat while I'm busy. But of course, you can obviously take a break later on.
Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's just if your mind is going and you really want to work hard on something, but you don't want to, you know, take that long break, like you said. Just hurry up. Absolutely.
All right. So is eating on the go a good thing? Also, is a working lunch a good thing?
Difficult. Let's have a look at what people's thoughts are. Oh, we get some yeses and some nos. Yes for productivity. Okay. A good answer.
No for messiness.
Yes, absolutely. Awesome.
Good
Great
job.
answers this week. So next, let's talk about dinner time. The word dinner comes from the French word dîner. Dinner or tea is the biggest meal of the day in the UK. But what about in other countries? We'll compare Britain with Spain and Norway. Okay, so the Spanish usually eat 6 times per day, 3 meals and 3 snacks. Okay, so we have breakfast at 7 a.m., they'll have lunch at 2 p.m., and they'll have dinner is at 9 p.m. Okay, so that's quite late. They eat dinner quite late, and they have breakfast quite early. So it's actually quite, but then I guess they've got 3 snacks in between. So there we go. There's what sort of fills those gaps. Brits eat dinner between 5 and 7 p.m. Absolutely. Can you remember what time they have dinner in Spain? Sherry, would you like to present with the answer?
You just said that they have it really late, so 9 p.m.
Absolutely. And at that time, as I say, Brits would be having supper, which is just a snack before bed. Absolutely. For me, it's usually a little piece of chocolate. Absolutely, just to, because if we've eaten, at 7 and you go to bed at 10 o'clock, you might just want something small.
So there are some interesting breakfast dishes in Spain. For example, the Spanish eat something for breakfast that the British eat for lunch. Can you guess what it is?
Let's have a look at some of these guesses. Well done. Okay, some interesting guesses. Pizza, I don't know. Rice, okay. Let's have a look. So, haha.
The classic ham and cheese toasty. So this is a type of sandwich that is a popular breakfast food in Spain. The Spanish also eat churros, which is a type of donut. Ooh, I love churros. And croissants for breakfast.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Absolutely. I would love to have churros for breakfast with the chocolate and the sugar. And I do, that is true. I would have that for breakfast. I would have a toasted sandwich for breakfast, absolutely, and lunch probably. So versatile. Toast, it could either be seen as a sandwich for lunch or a toast something for breakfast.
So can you name these Spanish breakfast foods? They all look so good. Picture 1, picture 2, and picture 3. So what would you say picture 1 is, Emily?
I would say it's delicious. I'm thinking we've got some pastries there. It's got to be our croissants. Got to be. Absolutely.
Croissants and coffee.
There we go. Perfect breakfast.
We've already have someone jump in with the second picture. The classic ham and cheese toasty.
Absolutely. Delicious. And in a mug and everything. Okay, I haven't seen it presented like that, but those churros, amazing. They really do, with chocolate sauce.
Emily, how do you prefer your churros? I know it's popular to have it with the cinnamon sugar, then dipped in chocolate, or do you prefer it plain dipped in chocolate?
I have had mine. I've never had them plain and with the chocolate on the side. Mine have always come with the chocolate already on it. Sometimes half white chocolate, half dark chocolate, always cinnamon sugar. And I quite like it like that. It's the chocolate that does it, because sometimes with the cinnamon, it can be quite bitter, not as sweet as then when you have it with the chocolate. Oh, delicious.
Definitely, I agree.
Have you ever made them at home?
I have. To be honest, my first attempt was a disaster. They came out so rubbery. But the second time I tried, it was perfect.
Oh, yay. I'll have to have a go, because they do look delicious.
Oh, and I had them with ice cream. So dipped in chocolate with ice cream.
Perfect. Oh, that sounds wonderful. I would enjoy that. So in Spain, lunch is the biggest meal of the day, and dinner is just a light meal. And as we can see, a light meal is just a small meal. But in Britain, it's the opposite. Lunch is just a light meal, a sandwich, a salad, just a little, maybe a sausage roll or some sort of pie. And dinner is the biggest meal of the day. 100%, absolutely. So now let's compare the UK and Norway. Norwegians eat earlier than the British and Spanish do. Lunch is usually at 11 a.m. and dinner is often at 4 p.m. So it is actually much earlier than, especially the dinner. Having my lunch at 11, that doesn't bother me, but maybe the dinner is a little bit too early. In Norway, breakfast is usually a light meal of bread, cheese, and coffee. Sometimes they'll also have scrambled eggs and smoked salmon. So we can see in the picture, I can see, obviously, I think that might be tea. And we've got some bread and some smoked salmon, some cheese, some fruit. So sort of a continental breakfast, as we would say.
Okay, so now with another activity. Match the nationality to the breakfast. So we've got British, Norwegian, and Spanish. Okay, so let's have a look at the first one. A, this is a breakfast of cheese, bread, and coffee. B, this is a breakfast of almond, croissants, and coffee. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Almond, croissants, and coffee. And then the last one, C, this is a breakfast of eggs on toast. Some great answers. Well done.
Fantastic. Well done. Very quick. Great, everyone. Let's have a look.
So this is definitely a Norwegian breakfast of cheese, bread, and coffee. This is a Spanish, B is a Spanish breakfast of almond, croissants, and coffee. And C, this is a British breakfast of eggs on toast. I think I'd add some avocado.
Yes,
or
bacon.
Cheese and bacon to that toast.
But I must say, the breakfast I would choose would be B. I would have a croissant and coffee.
Have you ever had a savory croissant?
Yes, I've had it sort of with mince and cheese or bacon and egg croissant. Delicious. And it's usually scrambled egg, otherwise it's too messy because the croissant is so soft and airy. Delicious.
Right, another activity. Lots of knowledge today. So in Norway, is often eaten at 4 p.m., which is then in Britain and Spain. Both British and Norwegian people have a lunch and a dinner. But in Spain, lunch is of the day. Great answers coming in.
Fantastic.
Well, yes.
Well done, everyone. I think everyone's grasped this concept very, very well.
All right, so let's have a look at the answers. In Norway, dinner is often eaten at 4 p.m., which is earlier than in Britain and Spain. Both British and Norwegian people have a light lunch and a big dinner. But in Spain, lunch is the biggest meal of the day. Well done. Good job.
Fantastic.
So we have learned a lot about meal times and breakfast food. Which country and food was your favorite?
Let's have a look. I think I agree with these answers. My favorite, I think, is Spain. I do like the sound of 3 meals and 3 snacks. That would be but I prefer the times of maybe the UK, the British breakfast and lunch and dinner. I prefer those times, but more meals and more snacks.
So less hours between
yes
actual meal and snacks.
Absolutely. What about you? Your favorite?
Definitely Spanish, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Something different. Look delicious. Okay, so we will see you next week. And to sign off, Shirley is going to say goodbye and then we will see you next week.
Thank you everyone for a fantastic webinar once again. And for more content, please remember to click that subscribe button, and you can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. Thank you. See you all next week. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.